Hey, hello, leaders. Hey, this is Paul Grau, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. Hey, today I want to talk about something that I was reminded of recently, and that is that our personal expectations cannot always be expected to be played out or lived out by other people. And what I mean by that is the expectations that we set for ourselves, we can't naturally and automatically expect others to meet those expectations. I mean, we want to, and in our own perfect world, that would be perfect, but it's unrealistic. We set expectations for ourselves, and sometimes we can't even live up to that. And like I said, I was recently reminded of that where somebody called me out and said, "Hey, your expectations are high, and that's great, but don't expect everyone else to be able to meet that because when you set the bar really high for yourself, don't naturally think that others have those same goals and expectations of their own behavior and their own level of productivity, I guess. The bottom line is here is we can set high expectations for ourselves, but we must realize as leaders that we cannot naturally think that other people are going to meet that or those expectations. Because when we think they can and we assume, and we all know what assume does, but when we assume that others can meet our high expectations of ourselves, we're setting ourselves up for disappointment, failure, frustration, anger, maybe. And, when it comes to expectations, we could guide our people to set high expectations for themselves. We can tell them what our expectations are of them, but we need to be realistic with each and every individual team member because some team members' best effort will never even come close to meeting our personal expectations. So I guess the bottom line is when you are establishing expectations for your people, it's ultra important to get to know each individual personally and professionally and understand what they're capable of meeting. And we probably don't know what we're capable of if you think about it. What is our full potential? What is our people's and our each what is each team member's potential? And that takes time and effort to get to know them before we could ever even establish a really good baseline for each individual. We can establish general expectations, but just remember that when those expectations become a personal expectation rather than a general expectation, we are setting ourselves up for disappointment. So I don't know if this is making sense. I hope it does, but just know that expectations are a funny thing. And, when it comes down to motivating people to strive to meet high expectations, it takes more than just setting expectations. It takes understanding what is important to them, what's not important to them, and how important meeting expectations is to them. Because some people are good at just being average. They're okay with that. They don't want to strive for excellence. And that's where, Maslow's hierarchy has been proven a little bit faulty, if you will, because not everybody is striving for that self actualization. Some people are just happy being happy, and they don't want to strive for everything that we may want to strive for. And again, that comes back to expectations, because expectations, and especially personal expectations and what people are going to do, come back to that personal, individual mindset of what is their expectations. And to have people even want to meet your expectations, your high expectations, it takes getting to know them, and it takes a lot of influence on your part to be able to help them understand and want to achieve those or meet those expectations. So, anyway, I hope this makes sense, because I know a lot of times it can be very clear in my mind, and I have a hard time communicating that sometimes. And that could be challenging when I'm talking to others, because I know exactly what I want to say, but a lot of times it doesn't come out that clear. And again, that's another expectation that I expect others to kind of meet, or at least understand what I'm talking about. And a lot of times they can't, because I'm not explaining it properly, even though in my mind I know exactly what I'm trying to say. So, anyway, I hope that makes sense, and I hope you enjoyed this show. If you did, I'd love to invite you to subscribe and share this show with other people, other leaders, friends, and anyone else that you know may enjoy this show. Hey, that's it for today. Come on back tomorrow for a brand new show, and until then, run to your challenges. We'll see you.